Hi everybody. In this video, we are going to see about the some fundamental types of chemical reactions that are nothing but the combination, decomposition, displacement and double displacement. Okay. So what are the chemical reactions? Chemical reactions are the processes in which substances interact together and the new substances formation takes place. The substances which react together we call them as a reactants, and those substances which are formed, newly formed substances, we call them as a products. A rearrangement of atoms takes place during the chemical reactions. Reactants are shown at the left hand side of the arrow. Okay, here the reactants are shown and the newly formed products are shown at the right hand side of the arrow. Okay, so this is the basic one. So let's start the main content of the today's lecture. Today I am going to tell you about the four fundamental, basic, most common type of the reactions. These are nothing but the combination, decomposition, displacement and double displacement reactions. Okay, which one? First one combination, then second one decomposition, then single displacement or displacement, and the last one is double displacement. Okay, so let's begin with the first one. What are the combination reactions? The name itself indicates that the reactions in which two or more elements or two or more compounds react together, or sometime elements and compounds react together and only one product is get formed. So such a reactions we call them as a combination reactions. For example, C plus O2, there is a formation of carbon dioxide. This is a combination reaction because two substances react together and only one product we are getting. Another example is, say for example, Fe plus S. So there is a formation of FeS. So this is example of the combination reaction. One more scene, slacking of lime. Lime react with water and there is a formation of lime water. This is known as the lime water or slaked lime or calcium hydroxide. So here also we are seeing two substances react together and only one product we are getting. Okay, so here carbon is element and oxygen is also element. The substance which is made up of the same type of atoms is known as the elements, isn't it? And by considering that definition, carbon is element, O2 which we inhale for the respiration, that O2 is also element because it is made up of the same type of atoms. Here calcium oxide is a compound. So this example is of compound plus compound and these examples are element plus compound. And as there is a formation of only one new substance, that's why this is the combination reaction. Hope that you are understanding. In combination reactions, two substances or sometimes two or more substances combine and only one product is formed. Now let's move towards the second one, that is decomposition reactions. Decomposition reactions are the reactions in which single substance decomposes. For example, calcium carbonate, that is limestone we have. If we provide the heat energy to the limestone, we will get calcium oxide and water. These products we will calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide and carbon dioxide means limestone on thermal decomposition produces lime and carbon dioxide. Then another example, we have a silver chloride, and if we pass the light energy or if we fall the light over the silver chloride, then there is a formation of silver and chlorine gas. Pale green colored chlorine gas will get released and silvery white colored silver metal is get formed. So single substance gets split up, decomposes into two or more substances. So this is the decomposition reaction. For example, acidulated water. Okay, now if we pass electricity through the acidulated water, means very little amount of mineral acid if we pour in the water, that is the acidulated water. And if we pass electricity through such water, then we will get hydrogen and oxygen. These gases we will obtain. So what are the decomposition reactions? Decomposition reactions are the reactions in which single substance decomposes, split up into two or more substances. And one more thing, if the decomposition is carried out with the heat energy, it is thermal decomposition. If it is carried out with the light energy, that is the photo decomposition. And if it is carried out by the electrical energy, that is the electrolysis or electrolytic decomposition. Combination and decomposition are opposite to each other. Here there is a formation of one product only. In case of combination, one product is formed. And in case of decomposition, a reactant, single reactant decomposes either by heat, light or electricity. Okay. Let's move towards the displacement reaction. Okay, hope that you understand this one. I'll clean this now. Next two remains, that are the displacement and double displacement reactions. Before starting the displacement reactions, one should know about the reactivity series of metals. Reactivity series of metals means what? See, about 85 elements shows metallic characteristic. 118 elements are known to us in the periodic table. Out of them, about 85 elements shows metallic characteristics, and very few elements we are commonly using. And in different books also we may see these some metals are given as a reactivity series of metals. Here reactivity series of metals is nothing but the arrangement of metals in vertical column with a decrease in reactivity is known as the reactivity series of metals. Let me repeat, arrangement of metals in vertical column with a decrease in reactivity. That's the reactivity series of metals. The metals which are more reactive are placed at the top, and the metals which are less reactive are placed at the bottom. For example, here it begins with the cesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, copper, mercury. Then there is a silver, gold, platinum. Like these metals are there. Those which are at the top are the more reactive, are the most reactive metals, and those which are at the bottom are the less reactive. If I ask, out of the magnesium and zinc, which is more reactive? As magnesium is above to the zinc, magnesium is more reactive. But when I ask out of zinc and tin, which is more reactive? As compared to the tin, zinc is above to the tin. That's why tin is more reactive in this case. The metal which is at the top is more reactive. Now let's move towards the third type. We saw combination, decomposition. Now the third type is displacement or single displacement reactions. Displacement or the single displacement reactions are the reactions in which more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its salt solution. Okay na, everywhere we are seeing strength respect strength. In the same way, more reactive metal displacing less reactive metal. How? Let's see. For example, we have solution of copper sulfate. Okay, copper sulfate in water, that is the aqueous copper sulfate. Copper sulfate in water, aqueous copper sulfate. If we keep zinc rod or zinc powder in it, so we know that out of the zinc and copper, which is more reactive? Zinc is more reactive. So when here we have a suppose copper sulfate solution, we are keeping the zinc rod in it. This is the zinc rod, this is the copper sulfate solution. As the zinc is more reactive, zinc displaces copper. Zinc is saying to the copper that I am more reactive, you should go somewhere else. So zinc will be part of solution now, ZnSO4. The solution will become ZnSO4 and copper will get separated out in the form of solid. Hope that you are understanding. More reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its salt solution. It should be in its aqueous form. Okay. And suppose if there is a question that we have a zinc sulfate solution and if we keep copper rod in it, what will happen? So we know that copper is less reactive metal. So can less reactive displace more reactive? No. So there is a no reaction. Why? Because copper is less reactive than the zinc. So less reactive metal can't displace the more reactive metal. So this is about the displacement or single displacement reaction. Now last one, double displacement reactions. In case of double displacement reactions, here we have two solutions, preferably which are ionic in nature. Okay, and what happens, suppose A, B is one compound and C, D is the another compound. So there is a formation of new substances AD and another substance is which one, CB. These are the new substances formation takes place. See, the compounds which are having ionic nature, in them the first part is positive one. Okay, now for example NaCl, the first part is positively charged ion and the second part is negatively charged NaCl. If suppose here there is a NaCl, so it may be Na plus and Cl minus, like this. First is metallic and another one is a non-metallic, positive negative, like this. So in double displacement reaction what happens here, the exchange of ions takes place and positive ion of one substance react with the negative ion of the another substance and forms compound. Okay, positive and negative, positive of one substance, negative part of another substance. Here and opposite to this, in the other hand, what will happen? Positive part of the second substance react with the negative part of the another substance. In this way the compounds will be formed. So what are the double displacement reactions? Double displacement reactions are the reactions in which exchange of ions takes place and positive part of one substance react with the negative part of another substance and vice versa. So here this is the example, general notation I give. Now double displacement reactions, we are learning about the double displacement reactions. Double displacement reactions are of two types. Which are the types of double displacement reactions? First one, precipitation. Okay, and the another one is neutralization. So in case of precipitation reaction, what happens? Two substances react together. For example, silver nitrate, aqueous silver nitrate, when react with the sodium chloride solution, so there is a formation of silver chloride as a precipitate AgC, positive part of one substance and negative part of the another substance, AgCl and NaNO3. So these substances will get formed. Silver nitrate and sodium chloride solutions will mix together. Now precipitate means insoluble solid. If the insoluble solid is formed as a one of the product, we call it as a precipitate. So AgCl doesn't dissolve in a aqueous sodium nitrate. So reactions in which exchange of ions takes place and one of the product formed is insoluble solid. So such a reactions are the precipitation reaction. We may state the another example. See, silver chloride, that is the white colored precipitate. Lead iodide is the yellow colored precipitate. How it will be formed? When lead nitrate react with the potassium iodide. These two liquids, chemicals, aqueous solutions, if we mix together, so we will obtain PbI2 plus twice of KNO3, aqueous solution of this will obtain. So this is the yellow colored precipitate. Okay. In the same way, barium sulfate example. Barium sulfate is also white colored precipitate. How we will get? We should mix the aqueous sulfuric acid with the barium chloride. So we will get the barium sulfate and aqueous hydrochloric acid will get. Precipitates are shown by the downward directed arrows. Means what? There is a formation of insoluble solid. See here, barium from first substance and sulfate from the another substance. Okay, and these two remaining forms the another compound. Same is the case, lead from one substance and 2 iodine from the another substance. So these are the precipitation reactions. Then now let's see the last one, neutralization reactions. Neutralization reactions are the type of double displacement reactions in which acid react with base to form salt and water. Same type of reaction we will see, but here the last product is the water, H2O, and we may define neutralization reactions as H plus from acid, for example HCl we have, and OH minus from base result in the formation of water. See, Acid, we know the substance which releases H plus ion. Base is a substance which releases OH minus ion. So in neutralization reaction, hydrogen from acid and hydroxide ion from base forms the water, and remaining species form the salt. Okay, this salt is soluble salt. Acid plus base, for example H2SO4, and base we may take NH4OH. So here 2 hydrogen, there should be 2 hydroxide ions. That's why we keep here 2 OH. So twice of H2O is the one product, and besides this there is a formation of NH4 twice SO4, ammonium sulfate. So many examples we may state for the this neutralization reactions. Hope that you are understanding what I am saying. What we learned today, first of all I told you about the chemical reactions where the rearrangement of atoms takes place, new substances formed. Reactants are shown at the left side, products are shown at the right side. Then elements are substances which are made up of same type of atoms, C, O2, N2, like these are the elements which are made up of the same type of atoms. And the compounds are substances which are made up of the different types of atoms. Then we saw about the combination, 4 types of reactions. First one, combination, 2 or more substances combine and only one product is formed. That are the combination reactions. Opposite to this, in decomposition reaction, single substance split up into the 2 or more substances with the help of either heat or light or electricity. So splitting or decomposition, that is there in the decomposition reaction. Third type we saw, displacement reaction, in which more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its salt solution. And the last, fourth type, that is double displacement reaction, where the positive part of one species react with the negative part of the another species. And if insoluble solid is formed, that is precipitate is formed, we call it as a precipitation. And another type of double displacement is the neutralization reaction, where the acid plus base, salt and water formation takes place. Okay, bye all of you.